Welcome to Cody Yellowstone Uncovered, a podcast dedicated to exploring the best of Wyoming's Yellowstone country. Ready? Let's go.
Welcome back to Cody Yellowstone Uncovered. We've got a great episode for you today. Today we are fully looking at spring.
It is such an exciting time.
It really is. It's finally time to trade the snow boots for the hiking boots. But forget that gentle, quiet image of a few birds chirping and a couple flowers blooming. Spring out here is a massive, highly energetic engine waking up.
It's a full-scale ecological shift. I mean, we are talking about a shoulder season, which honestly is just magic.
Totally magic.
You get these remarkably quiet trails paired with incredibly dramatic, sweeping skies. You are literally watching the natural world reboot in real time. Creeks are just rushing with fresh snowmelt runoff.
Yeah, it's not just the water waking up, it's the wildlife. I mean, this is the season when the first baby animals arrive, and one of the most iconic sights you can see out here is the newborn bison.
Oh, the red dogs.
Yes, locals affectionately call them red dogs, testing out their wobbly new legs.
And, that nickname comes from their reddish-orange coats, which is actually a really fascinating piece of evolutionary biology.
Wait, really? How so?
While they don't look like the massive dark brown adults yet, that red coat is a highly effective form of camouflage. Before the spring green fully overtakes the landscape, the ground is still covered in the dry reddish-brown grasses from the previous winter.
Oh, wow. I never thought about that.
Right. So a newborn calf blending into that dry grass is incredibly well protected. Watching them figure out the rules of the herd is just a remarkable process to witness.
That is so cool. And while the fauna is getting its footing, the flora is racing to catch up too. To bloom in the spring out here means you have to be resilient.
Very resilient.
You've got the season's first wildflowers, like the crested prickly poppy emerging on the drier ground. And then, if you look in the shady spots, you'll find the Utah serviceberry starting to bloom.
The timing of those blooms is everything. They are capitalizing on the early moisture, but that same wild energy that triggers the spring bloom is exactly what you have to prepare for before you even step foot on a trail.
Which brings us to the mission of today's episode. We want to help you shake off that winter lethargy by exploring 3 amazing, hand-picked spring hikes.
Ranging from a quick warm-up right in town to a massive canyon view epic.
Exactly. But before we get to the specific trails, we really need to talk about readiness. Because, well, spring in Cody Yellowstone is beautifully unpredictable.
Unpredictable is the perfect word. The weather here in spring means you could see wind, a spirited snow squall, and muddy stretches all in the exact same week.
Or the exact same afternoon. Which brings us to the golden rule of packing for a spring hike. Pack for the weather you don't want.
I love that rule. It is so essential.
Right. So you need to run through the essentials. Layers are huge. A moisture-wicking base layer, a warm mid-layer like fleece, and an outer shell to block the wind.
And traction. Don't forget boot traction. Those shaded sections of the trail can still hold compacted snow. Plus, you need your navigation tools, sunscreen.
Oh, sunscreen is a big one.
Huge. And you have to bring way more water and snacks than you think you need.
Yeah, because your body burns a massive amount of energy just thermoregulating.
Mm-hmm.
You are basically packing for 3 different seasons in a single backpack.
You really are. And, the environment isn't the only thing waking up. Wildlife, especially bears, are very active right now.
Which is a gift to see, but it's a big responsibility too.
Absolutely. You have to give all animals plenty of space. And traveling in dare country requires carrying bear spray, but more importantly, it requires immediate accessibility.
Keep it on your chest or your belt, not buried under your trail mix.
Right. If it's tucked inside your backpack, it is completely useless. You also want to hike with a buddy, which makes more noise and alerts wildlife that you're there.
And try to hike in the morning, right? It's usually calmer weather-wise.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Always check the conditions before you start. Stop by a visitor center or ranger station or the Cody Chamber of Commerce. Or you can check out guidebooks like The Hidden Side of Yellowstone.
Great resource.
Yeah.
But with all this unpredictable weather, it sounds like we have to be ready to turn around if conditions shift mid-hike.
100%. It takes a lot of mental fortitude to turn around, but the best, most experienced hikers are the ones who know exactly when to call it a day. The landscape isn't going anywhere.
That is such a good point. Okay, so our backpacks are loaded. Safety is covered. Where should you actually go for your first outing of the season?
I always say start close to town.
Yes, And Beck Lake Park is the absolute perfect warm-up.
Oh, Beck Lake is fantastic. You can be on the trail in minutes instead of driving an hour into the wilderness.
Right, lets you test your gear and find your trail legs. What specific route do you recommend there?
I'd recommend linking the Prickly Pear, Rockman, and Daily Grain Trail Loop.
The daily grind, I love that. How long is that loop?
It's about a 5-mile loop. It generally takes roughly an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on your pace.
Nice. And the vibe there is just great. It offers these rolling single-track trails and those iconic big sky views.
It is so open and engaging.
And the brilliant thing about Beck Lake for early spring is, well, if you get out there and the trail's just too muddy or the wind really kicks up, you aren't stranded miles from nowhere.
No, you have a built-in safety net.
Exactly. The park has these awesome asphalt loops right around the reservoirs. They are the ultimate plan B if you need easier footing.
Having that flexibility is key. Just keep in mind, Beck Lake is a mixed-use area. It is super popular with mountain bikers and runners.
The trail etiquette is important.
Very. Just keep right and yield smoothly to keep the vibes positive for everyone out there.
Easy enough. Okay, so fast forward a couple of weeks. Our trail legs are back, our boots are broken in. It's time to step up to the epics and chase some serious canyons and summits.
Oh, this is where it gets really exciting. If you want an epic canyon hike, you head to the Dead Indian Trail North.
Okay, lay it on me. How big is this one?
It is a 9.8-mile out-and-back journey. You definitely need to budget around 5.5 to 6 hours for it.
That is a solid day on the trail. How do we find it?
You'll drive north on Highway 120 and then transition west onto the Chief Joseph Scenic Byway, which is Highway 296. You are looking for a dirt road turnoff just before the campground.
Okay, look for the dirt road before the campground. And what is the big payoff that makes almost 10 miles worth it?
The knockout viewpoints over Clark's Fork Canyon. You get these sweeping, unobstructed sightlines of Lower Sunlight Falls and Lower Dead Indian Falls.
And with the spring runoff, those falls must be incredible.
They are mesmerizing, but you have to pace yourself because this trail finishes with a steep switchback descent toward the river.
Right, an inverted hike. You get all the views right away, but you have to earn the hike on the way back out.
Exactly. Gravity does the work on the way down, but you have to pay it all back on a return trip. Oh, and I have to give a warning here. Do not skip the spur trails on the second half.
Little side trails.
Yes. They look like insignificant detours, but that is where the best secret views are hiding. You get vantages of the falls you just cannot see from the main path.
Always take the secret spur trail. Okay, so that's the canyon epic. What about the ultimate high country goal?
That would be the Windy Mountain Trail.
Windy Mountain. Sounds dramatic.
It is. It's located near the North Absaroka Wilderness area. It's almost 10 miles out and back, taking around 6.5 to 7 hours.
But wait, the summit of Windy Mountain is over 10,000 feet, right?
Yeah.
With that kind of elevation, is it something we should tackle in April, or should we hold off a bit?
You definitely want to hold up. This is a goal for later in the spring.
Like closer to May?
Yeah, late May or just before summer.
Right.
Because at 10,000 feet, you're going to be dealing with lingering snow. You do not want to be wading through deep, unsupportive snowdrifts for 7 hours.
No, thank you.
Right. But if you wait until the snow recedes a bit, it rewards you with incredible early wildflowers and these massive, expansive views of the Beartooth and Absaroka ranges.
That sounds like the perfect capstone to the spring season.
It really is. And, I think that brings up a really compelling thought to just sort of mull over. Think about how hiking in a shoulder season makes you a witness to a landscape in transition.
That is a great way to put it.
You aren't just walking through nature. You are actively watching it wake up, change its colors, and burst into life right in front of you.
It's like you are part of the process. And honestly, with so many amazing paths for every skill level, Cody Yellowstone really is the best place to be told to take a hike.
Absolutely.
We want you to get out there and experience it. So make sure to grab a completely free Cody Yellowstone vacation guide to help plan your day trips and your adventures.
It's the perfect tool to map everything out.
It really is. Well, finalize your layering system, grab your bear spray, and get out there. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Cody Yellowstone Uncovered.
Catch you later, wild ones.